Okay, in line 56, we have a new note. That note's on the first line of the staff. It's called E flat. It's just like the regular E that we had that was open. The flat sign makes it flat, makes it a half step lower, so we play that second valve. And it sounds like this. Okay, so try playing that with her. Ready? 1, 2, match that sound. Okay, let's see if we can hold it a lot longer this time. Hold it as long as you can. 1, 2, ready, now. All right, so keep going over that until you have that where you can hit it each time, and then you know what it looks like and where it's located on the staff. Okay, this is page 16 of Tradition of Excellence book. We're starting out with number 56, Warm-Up Chorale Duet. We're going to do part A first. First thing we have to look at here is our key signature. We have one flat on the middle line, which is B flat, that tells us that every B in this line is flat. So everything else is natural unless it has an accidental mark next to it. So let's do the first 4 lines. Say the note names and finger while Amelia plays. Here we go. 1, 2, first 4 measures now. So let's do that one more time and play along this time. First 4 measures. 1, 2, begin now. All right, now let's look at the second 4 measures of part A. Remember, the key signature is still the same. We still have B flats all the way through. Finger and say the note names the first time, then we'll play together. Here we go. 1, 2, fingering say, now. All right, so let's play it together now. Last 4 bars. 1, 2, last 4, now. Okay, so keep backing those segments up and going over them until you have them worked out completely. Now let's play all the way through part A. Check that key signature one more time. All B's are flat. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, now. Okay, this is 56 part B. We're going to go over this 4 measures at a time. So say the note names and finger for the first 4 measures. Look at the key signature. We have one flat on the B line that tells us that every note is flat. Every B is flat all the way through. So let's say the note names and finger while Amelia. Here we go. Finger and say the note names. 1, 2, first 4, now. Okay, let's play that together now, the first 4 measures. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, now. Okay, now let's look at the last 4 measures. Say the note names and finger while Amelia plays. 1, 2, last 4, now. So let's play those last four measures together. 1, 2, and now. All right, so keep going over those four measure sections until you have them worked out, and you can make those interval jumps between the B flats and the Fs. So let's play that all the way through, looking at that B flat in the key signature. Make sure we play every B flat. 1, 2, part B, now. So keep backing that up and going over it. Work out each interval until you can play them without any problems. You can play part A with part B, or part B with a recording of part A, and actually play the duet. Now we're looking at number 57, rhythm time. And notice in number 57, in the beginning, in 2/4 time, there's only one note. There's only one quarter note, one beat. We call that an anacrusis, or a pickup note. That means that it's not a full measure, and we normally will borrow that beat from the last measure. So that first measure of 57 starts on count 2. So if we clap and count that, it would look like this. 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 1, 2. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1, off. So do that with me. Ready? So let's clap and count that together. Ready? And now. 2, 1 and 2 and 1, 2. 1 and 2 and 1, 2. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1, off. So you can write the counting underneath this and clap and count it as many times as you need. So we've already clapped and counted through number 57, rhythm time. So now let's play it using your B flat. We're going to use the B flat on the third line of the staff. Here we go. I'll give you 1, 2, 1. You have an anacrusis on beat 2. Ready? 1, 2, 1. Okay, so keep backing that up and going over it, working on those eighth notes and working on that B flat. Okay, now we're looking at number 58, skill builder, boil the cabbage down. We're looking at part A. First thing we have to look at is our key signature. Our key signature has a flat on the middle line, which tells us that every note is B flat. Every B is B flat. Now in the second full measure, we have our E flat marked at the beginning of the measure, and there's other E's, and those are E flat too, because that flat sign, as we remember, goes all the way through to the end of the measure. So say the note names and finger this time, and look at part A. Here we go. I'll give you 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1. Okay, so back that up and play along with it, and back it up and look at part B while you're playing along and while you're listening, and notice the difference. The only difference is the key signature has changed. In part A, we have only one flat in our key on the B line. In part B, they add the E flat on the fourth space, making every E flat, so we don't have to mark them. So let's play this and play part B, looking at part B, and making sure that we're playing both B flat and E flat. Here we go. 1, 2, 1. Okay, Okay, so keep backing that up and going over it until you have that worked out and you're used to looking at that new key signature and remembering the E flats all the way through. Okay, this is line number 59, bingo, variations. We're going to play all of the notes, the gray notes as well as the black notes. Where it splits, we'll take the larger note. On the first line, we'll take the higher notes where it splits octaves. And then on the bottom line, we'll take the lower notes where it splits octaves. You can tell that they're bigger than the others. So look at your key. And this new key signature, every B is flat and every E is flat. So they'll no longer be marking that E flat next to every note. So we have to remember them. So let's say the note names and finger this first line of number 59. Ready? I'll give you 3. Come in on 4. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so keep back that recording up and count along with the recording and say the note names. It starts on count 4, so we're going 4, 1, 2, and 3 for our counting. So let's play that first line together now. Here we go. I'll give you 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, so keep backing that up and going over it. Now let's look at the second line. We start right on beat 1. Make sure we're playing B flats and E flats as we go through this. Say the note, let's just say the counting and fingering on this time. Counting and fingering. 1, 2, ready, now. So keep backing that up, saying the note names and fingering and counting along. So now let's play all the way through the second line. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, now. Okay, so keep backing that up and going over that one line at the time. Now we're ready to play all the way through bingo. Here we go. I'll give you 3, come in on 4. 1, 2, 3. All right, so keep backing that up and playing through it until you have it where you can play all the way through without making mistakes. So now we're looking at line 60 at the bottom of the page, the private lesson for horn. These are lip slurs. So it tells us in the text that to play what you see open, then to play it again using second valve, which moves it down a half a step, and then using first valve, which goes down where it starts on B flat, then using first and second starting on A, and then second and third starting on A flat, and slurring those 3 partials. So let's try that. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, ready, now. Open. Now let's do that second valve. Ready? So we'll start a half a step lower. Ready? Now. Now we're going going to do that on first valve, starting a little bit lower, starting on our lower B flat. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, now. Okay, now we're going to start on A, low A, using first and second valve. 1, 2, ready, now. And one more time through, we're going to start on second and third valve, which is called A flat. It's just slightly lower than A. All right, here we go. Ready, now. So keep going back and forth over that until you can slur all of those notes easily. This will really help develop your embouchure, and you'll start hearing these pitches a lot better.